Aloha and welcome to our home and the Kids Hurt to Hawaii first Virtual Gala. We hope your holidays bring you much needed joy during this challenging time. I'm Cynthia White, co-founder of Kids Hurt to Hawaii. Hiro?
Hi, my name is Hiro. I'm the co-founder also and the program director of the Kids at Hawaii.
And I want to introduce my mother, who is probably one of the bravest, most accomplished women I know. So I'm so happy you're here. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Rose Cave, Cynthia's mother and Hiro's mother. I'm his mother-in-law. But I'm really excited about the gala. They really worked hard, and I know that everybody that's involved in it has worked hard, and I'm sure it'll be a great success with all of us buying something to help Kids Hurt too. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
We're entering our 20th year at Kids Hurt to Hawaii.
Wow, 20 years.
Yeah, I know. This is an amazing achievement considering the difficulties that we have. You know, we started back in 2001, February, after a group got together to talk about what is needed in Hawaii. And the Kids Hurt 2 program that we have now is what the group identified was needed. And we've been operating ever since. You know, these services are deeply important to the children and families we serve. I know I hear a lot of adults who take our training or learn about the program or bring their children who had loss or trauma in their childhood. And they say frequently, if I only had this when I was a child.
I hear that a lot.
And I felt the same way. I mean, this is why I've been in the field for 39 years, because I needed this as a child. And I thought no child should suffer in silence, alone, and isolated. And so I wanted to make sure they had the resources they needed.
Right.
And that's why I got into this field. And we have been supported and helped by so many people. I mean, this organization would not exist if it wasn't for other people. Our donors who give on a regular basis, this gala that supports our operation, our volunteers who provide the services and are trained to provide the services, and our families. If they didn't come, we wouldn't be needed. But they come.
Other organizations and collaboration.
Oh, we do so much collaborating with the community to provide the services. And the services we provide are grief and trauma care for children impacted by loss of a parent or close family member through death, divorce, abandonment, placement in foster care, kinship care, adoption, incarceration, domestic violence. There are so many ways that children have to struggle in their young lives. And this just gives them that freedom to heal and that hope for their future. And I think that this pandemic has really put all of us on notice in terms of how are we going to continue? How are we going to operate? And so we've done something this year we've never done before, which is provide online support groups, live Facebook posts of training information, activities with Hiro, story time with TJ, just, you know, using the electronic age to its full extent in order to continue to engage children. We're also having smaller groups when we're doing in-person groups when it's allowed, and those smaller groups are provided in a larger space so that we can get the social distancing that's required. Of course, we're all wearing masks and just so many improvements and changes over the years, over this year. I think it's going to serve us well in the future, and we'll talk more about that as we move forward. The stories that parents tell me about their children really, show the impact. For example, I had a father share one time that he was really struggling since the mother had died, and with his sons, had to argue and fight with him all the time to get his homework done, to do his chores, to take a shower. And then he said, except for group night. When I come home from work, he's waiting at the door. He's had his chores done. He's had his homework done. He's had a shower, and he says, hurry up, let's go. I don't want to be late. We're talking about a 9-year-old boy. And I'm like, well, if a 9-year-old boy is that motivated to come, we must be doing something right. We have an online auction too. That's another major technological advance for us. All you gotta do is register. It's free to register, and then you can bid on your auction items. So first of all, go to our website, kidsheard2.org, and click on the link for the gala, and then you can register there. And then when you be sure and check that you want to receive text messages, because you'll get a text message saying that somebody overbid you.
Outbid.
And outbid. And if you want to, up your bid and, keep that going, you won't know who is outbidding you. So
you're not gonna know?
No, not gonna know. No.
That's good.
Yeah. It's not too late. The auction will actually go until December 17th. Certainly you want to do some Christmas shopping and have some fun. If you buy something, then you're on the mainland, we'll ship it to you. Or if you buy something in Hawaii, in Hawaii, you can either pick it up at Kids Heard 2 or we can bring it to you. You just let us know. Or, if you don't want to buy anything right now, you can make a donation. So you can also make a donation by going to the Kids Heard 2 webpage and make a donation through PayPal. Or you can send a check to our location at 245 North Kukui Street, Suite 203, Honolulu, Hawaii 96817. So that's, donations are very welcome. So I want to take a moment to introduce to all of you one of our families who's been participating in Kids Heard 2's programs for many years. Her name is McKenna, and she's going to tell you her story.
Hi, my name's McKenna. I bring Duke, who's 11, and Drew is 6. We've been coming here for about 4 to 5 years now. We lost their father in January 10th of 2014. He was in Afghanistan. First time we ever came to Kids Heard 2, it took us a little time. Some people are able to come right away, but for us, it took us, I think, about 2 years. And Duke was going through some separation anxiety after losing dad. So finally was like, hey, we got to take him to someplace. And we found Kids Heard 2. And our first day we came here, Duke was not wanting to leave my side. At the end of the night, I had to go and find him. And once I got over to him, he did not want to go and looked forward to every group session after that. Walked into group and heard other women speaking about, or men speaking about their spouse and what they're going through and their children. And it was so comforting to be in that type of a setting where I was able to speak and not be judged.
Daddy's birthday.
What did you do?
You get to blow out candles.
Is that your favorite part?
Yeah.
They look forward to that, yeah?
Yeah. It's close to Daddy's birthday.
Yeah. His birthday's coming up.
It's 2 more days. Valentine's Day.
Thanksgiving.
We get to talk about what we did over the weekend, who passed away in our family.
We feel so fortunate to have gone through such a loss and still have people think about us. It's been amazing and very healing.
that was a touching story.
Yes, it was so precious. You know, and the value that children get out of this program is that they rarely have a place to talk about the death of a parent because others are protecting them by not talking about it. We often think that it's better not to talk about it, but I've learned from children over the years, they want someone to talk to about it.
Sure.
You know, I want to go now and introduce the chairman of our board, Cheryl Robello. You know, Cheryl started with Kids Hurt 2 as a board member right before I retired. And I was like so excited to have her join Kids Hurt 2 and become a member of the board. And then I left to take care of Mother, and now that I'm back, and it's such an honor to work with her. She is like not only beautiful on the outside, but beautiful on the inside, and one of the most motivated board members because she understands and really cares about the work that we do. So we're going to go to her and let her talk to you a little bit about her reason for participating in Kids Hurt 2.
Okay.
Aloha, my name is Cheryl Robello and I'm the current Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii Board Chair. I am honored to serve this community and our children suffering from grief and trauma. I am greatly humbled by the chance to be a part of our 2020 Dream Team. This year has been quite the struggle, as you may all know, to continue services to our most vulnerable children in Hawaii virtually. 7 years ago, I came on board to give back to our community. You see, I could have used this service when I was growing up. And because of that, I have a real passion for children that are suffering. After 3 years under our belt, my husband Michael O'Malley and myself were given the opportunity to make a difference in 3 of our granddaughters' lives. We were granted full guardianship of 3 young girls. These girls had a very rough start, 2 of them in 1st grade and already had been to 10 schools in their very short lives. When we first got guardianship, these kids were angry, confused, and just looking to fit in, to be a kid. Then we took them to Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii, and from the very first group meeting, they began to open up and slowly began to start the long process of healing. Thank you, Hiro, TJ, and Cynthia, and all of our team for giving us the gift of healing. Now they light up when I say Kids Hurt 2 is tonight. They cannot wait to get back to in-person groups. I would like to thank all our dedicated board members, but mostly all of you. Today I ask all of you to please help us with your generous donation of any amount to put smiles back on our children's faces, one child at a time. I know it's been a tough year for all of us, but can you only imagine a child also suffering and struggling through grief and trauma all at the same time? Let's all dig way down in our hearts to help our future by investing in smiles. I want to thank all of our sponsors tonight for partnering with us to make a difference. And tonight, the difference starts with you. Aloha, and have a beautiful evening.
I really enjoyed hearing from Cheryl
Me too.
and her passion for the organization and the work that we do. You never know when or if your family is going to need Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii, but if you do need it, you don't want to be without it. There are very few services for children, especially children in foster care or kinship care or adoption. So we're going to cut now to hear about James's story.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi everybody, my name is James and I'm a parent of, these are some of my children, 3 of my boys. And we've been participating with Kids Hurt 2 for probably 6-7 years now. And it's been a valuable resource for my family. So I'll let my kids talk a little bit about why they like it here. How does it help you?
get some suggestions.
Eating food.
The food? Oh, so when do we eat food? Our kids are too.
And when we bring the food.
Right, we have a potluck and we have food at the beginning, and then we have individual group, where we all go in our age group. What do you like about Kids Are Two? What about that room you always go in? The playroom, the volcano room. Do you like those? So what kind of things do you talk about?
Who are family, who are you separated from?
Ooh. So you talk about loss and grief and sadness and things like that. Kids Are Two is so helpful because it allows my children to express themselves freely, not be judged, and they're with like-minded peers. So the other children that are here are also in similar situations of loss and grief. There's also been skateboarding, there's been ukulele practice, my kids were doing judo for a while until COVID started. So there's been a lot of auxiliary programs because of you folks that my children have participated in, which has really, again, enriched their lives. And it's, some of these things cost a lot of money that I would not be able to afford.
Thank you, James, for sharing your story and giving us so many children forever home. That's so sweet.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I want to cut to introducing America, or having America introduce herself. America is one of our board members. She's the vice chair. She's been on the board for a while. She also was a participant for a while. So she really understands the value of the wine. Wonderful, amazing woman. We're going to let her tell you all about her story.
Hi, my name is America Madrid, and I've been committed to Kids Are Two for more than 15 years. And I'm so grateful to Cynthia and Hiro and just all the amazing, wonderful, loving facilitators who made my baby girl smile again after losing their daddy. My girls were so devastating when they lost their daddy. They were 10 and 13 at the time, and it just really changed them. They were very sad, just always worried, and for a good while it was as if the light just went out of their eyes. And it was heartbreaking for me to see them in so much pain and not be able to take it away. But fortunately, we found Kids Are Two, and they had a place to express their feelings and share with other children who were also grieving a loss. And just knowing they weren't alone, they weren't the only ones going through this, just made a huge difference for them. And then throughout the years, Kids Are Two kept my kids on a positive path and helped them resist all the negative forces that were around them. And unfortunately, there's never a shortage of negative influences that surround our kids, but when they lost one or both parents, it just makes it more powerful for some of these influences to take them down a wrong path. And all the unconditional love and support that my kids received at Kids Are Two, also instilled a sense of compassion in them and a desire to help others. And once they became old enough, all my kids went through the facilitator training, and it was just so rewarding for them to be able to pay it forward and to help other children who were grieving a loss. And then now 2 of my grandchildren also benefit from the program. They both have absent fathers. And I want to thank all our sponsors and donors, because you truly make a difference. And if you are considering giving to local worthy charity this holiday season, please support Kids Are Two and help us reach more children. Help us heal more young hearts. The difference really starts with you. again, mahalo for joining us this evening, and just have a wonderful, safe, happy holiday season.
It's been an honor getting to know America and her children and her grandchildren. Over the years, they've helped many grievers by sharing their story and being a support person. Since starting in 2001, we had a dream to offer services in a home-like environment that was dedicated to healing children with grief and trauma. Now, thanks to a land donation and 3 generous construction companies, we are proud to say that that dream is becoming a reality. Next year, Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii will work to raise funds for construction supplies. Here is the version of the dream, of our dream home. So here we have lodging for family retreats and training retreats, because our training is 4 days, so people can come from all over the state to be trained and have a place to stay.
Japan, all over the world.
Yeah. Over here's our program side with our parent room, and then we have our great room. We're also going to do video production and music production. We're going to train children. We have our area for meditation or relaxation. So we can do yoga, we can do judo, we can do our meals with our families, just a beautiful space. And down here,
I hold it.
Yeah, thank you. This will be our garden. So we're wanting to have like a community garden where families that participate have their own garden, and they come to group and they get to work in their garden. They can harvest from their garden and take food home. We have a community area where we're going to have flowers planted in memory of people. We're going to have memory stones, and this is where we can gather and share our fresh produce with everyone. So we're really excited about this opportunity to teach children how to grow their own food, and also to give them a place to do that, as well as guidance in doing that. So that's something coming up in this new plan. So we can reach families across the state, either in our healing retreats or through our online groups, which we will continue to offer for neighbor islands. Yeah.
Great. That's great. I'm so excited. So thanks to all those who supported this work for 20 years, and all those who will bring this dream into reality. And we'd like to honor our volunteers who have made the first steps a reality of our dream to build the very first Healing Young Hearts home.
What an exciting project. This is like something we've been dreaming about and working on and hoping for, but we couldn't have done it without those wonderful people supporting it and making it happen with their contributions. So,
dreams.
if you'd like to help us build our Healing Young Hearts home, or in some way contribute to make it a reality, you want to contact Hiro at
Hiro@kidshurt2.org.
So you can email him, Hiro@kidshurt2.org.
So I'd like to introduce a long-time volunteer, Marissa. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I am a volunteer at Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii. I've been with Kids Hurt 2 for about 10 years now. I actually met Hiro and Cynthia when I was in middle school. They were working with Hospice Hawaii and Queen Liliuokalani Children's Center to continue to watch it grow, to expand. I think this program is amazing, and it still always amazes me how the word hasn't gone out as much as it has already. Like, just having more of the community learn about it. I think all kids can benefit from this program because everyone experiences loss. Every child experiences some type of loss, whether it's separation or death or just a divorce, any type. So, you know, I think any child could really benefit from that, as well as the parents too and other family members. When I was 8 years old, my dad died from skin cancer. And then 3 months later, my grandma, who I was really close with, she died from lung cancer. And it was a very difficult time for me as a child because I didn't know how to express it or open up. I kind of just bottled it in. And it wasn't until, you know, I started going to support groups that I learned how to open up, and it's okay to feel the way I'm feeling. And that was something, you know, Kids Hurt Too also helped me expand on. And now I share my stories, you know, as well as listening to every teen, every child, every parent. They all open up. You know, if they're ready to, they can, and if they're not ready, and that's okay too. But, you know, I'm open because I know how much it means to me to share my story, and I know how powerful and how important it is when they share their stories. So I definitely want to respect and reciprocate that as well.
Surf for the soul. Blue water. That's where I wanna go. Blue water. Where I'm open and I'm free. Blue water. That's how I wanna be. For the healing of the people. Every day to the ocean we go. Remind us of forever, forever love, forever life, forever home in that cool blue water. Surf for the soul, blue water, and never letting go. Blue water, where my spirit can be free. How I wanna be. Life's a wave that's always moving, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes churning you around. You gotta keep yourself from frowning. Just get back on your board, back on a wave, back in the game again. And that cool blue water, surf for my soul. Ah, I'm never letting go. Blue water, where my spirit can be free. Blue water, in that cool, cool water. Blue water, in that cool blue water. Never letting go. Blue water, where I'm open and I'm free. Blue water, that's how I wanna be. In that cool blue water. Ooh, yeah. Blue water.
We have a new project at Kids Hurt Too Hawaii,
Right.
the High
High
Rising
Rising
television show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to close the High Rising Boutique. Some of you may be
Yeah.
familiar with that. Because of the pandemic, we just couldn't operate a business out of that space. And so we turned it into a group room because it's big enough for social distancing
circulate.
and air circulation. So it had all the things we needed to do groups with children, smaller groups, of course.
Right.
But the High Rising television show is going to be a unique production because we're going to be teaching children how to cope with grief and trauma and heal it in their lives naturally. They do it anyway, but now they're going to know how to do it by watching the show.
Right.
So we're really excited about that.
It's
New
fun too.
project, and it's fun, and it's.
Hi, how's it? My name is Jamie Barlow. I've been a facilitator with Kids Hurt 2 since 2009. We're out here because I love freeze tag. Freeze tag seems to be something they love. And when we can talk, we can sometimes go, oh, hey, so you haven't seen your dad in 2 years. Oh, you haven't seen your dad in 5 years, and you have no memory of your dad. And then we go back to playing. It seems to be like a fun, safe way of acknowledging truths that are hard truths to handle. I'm really proud of a couple families that I've worked with, and I've seen them grow up as they have, and started to, once they become older, take more responsibility and to be engaged with Kids Hurt 2 because they recognize when they were younger how this organization helped them through their change and through their grief. To see them being engaged as facilitators now when they were much younger. I remember doing freeze tag with them out here. No, it doesn't feel that long ago. So one thing that I've noticed is that the situations of every individual, every child, and their grief and their change and the change that they're going through is unique and different. And sometimes in group we'll have some really solid conversations that are a lot of sharing, and then we come back 2 weeks later and then nope, we don't want to talk about it, or we're not ready to go there. And so I think it's really important to acknowledge in a fair, safe manner these challenges, and to do it at the speed and the comfort that the child or the teen is ready for.
Aloha, my name is Likeke. I was 9 when my dad died. Then I got diagnosed with cancer and everything around me fell apart. But Kids Hurt 2 was there to show me hope and support me. Now I'm a facilitator helping to heal young hearts.
I'm Kai. I was adopted. My adopted parents divorced. My bio mother died, and I was separated from my siblings. Since 5, Kids Hurt 2 helped me know that I'm not alone.
Hi, I'm Cynthia White, founder of Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii. For 20 years, we've been providing therapeutic support for over 5,000 grieving and traumatized children. When they need support most, we are there. To learn more, visit kidshurt2.org or call 545-LOVE when you need it most.
Before we go, I want you to hear from some of the children directly.
Kids Hurt 2, they didn't talk to us about our father's death, but it helped us take our mind off of what was happening at our time, because we haven't felt that happy in a while.
I like the privacy and confidentiality part that Kids Hurt 2 has, because you get to share stuff that you're kind of just like scared or like not comfortable telling with your parents. And in a way, it's really, I feel relieved that there's like kids my age or around my age that know what it's like to like lose someone, or to have someone that's going through the same situation as you.
And being here, it just helped me to grow and to become who I am. For a while we were kind of in a very dark place where we kind of became people that we didn't really want to be, or who we knew that we weren't. And after that one meeting especially, everything changed, and now everything is different for me especially, and we feel safe, and we feel loved still by them.
I'd say living without them. Every time I see dads, I just feel sad. But not a lot of my friends understand. I miss most about not having a dad, having like how my friends, they always play with their dad and do fun stuff. Like, I can't ever be like them because my dad's gone.
Your dad died?
Yeah.
Mine's too. I don't have a dad now.
Really?
You only have your mom?
Yeah.
Do you think a group like this that you're coming to at Kids Hurt Too would be helpful? Why do you think it would be helpful?
Children would be much more playful and happier instead of just being sad all day. They know how it feels to have a mom die.
Because instead of keeping your feeling inside, you can share and then not feel so lonely.
Well, it lets you know that it's not just you. You're not the only one that is different from most people. There's more kids too.
Thank you for tuning in and listening to our virtual gala today. Before we go again, I want to talk to you about how to bid on auction items. So you want to visit Kids Hurt 2, givesmart.com, or you can go to our kidshurt2.org webpage and click on the link, register for free, and then you'll have access to the pictures and be able to bid on items directly. You want to register with your name, your email, and phone number. Your information will be kept private by Kids Hurt 2. And make sure you select the text messages so you can receive text alerts when someone outbids you. And then you can rebid if you want to. So once you register, you will be able to go to the site and see the pictures and bid on the items. And so thank you for joining us today in our virtual gala. Mahalo to all of our donors, our sponsors, our volunteers, our families, and all of you for tuning in and for supporting another 20 plus years for Kids Hurt 2 Hawaii. Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you so much.